friends that you see every day. Or maybe not. The real friends that you've made over the course of your current life so far. Maybe they're from high school. Maybe they're from elementary. Maybe they're from college. Maybe you met them at a bar, a party. I don't know, a rock concert, hip hop concert. Where did you meet these people? How did y'all start talking? How did things work out? Are they good? Do you have a rocky friendship? Do you have a tumultuous friendship? Do you have a friendship that you feel lasts the test of time? These type of friendships are something that a lot of people are craving for. A lot of people are dying for. These type of friendships that could save lives and make things work. These are the type of friendships that we cherish. We make sure they blossom like a flower in the spring. These are the friendships that we want to keep forever. But in order to keep these friendships, we have to let them know about the map ahead. What is that map ahead? Well, as I suggested before, sometimes things could be rocky. Rocky road ahead. Maybe there's a detour. Maybe there's a U-turn. And then you have to get out of that map. And then maybe you have to come right back. Sometimes those are what friendships are all about. Those twists and turns, those ups and downs and all arounds that you don't like to go through, but you have to go through it in order to understand how a relationship is really formed and kept. You see, these friendships give a test, an ultimatum to who you are as a person. Whether it's to you that I'm speaking to right now, or to your friend that may be listening to this. These friendships are a real test. And understand that sometimes you come to a halt because you have to give your friend, your best friend, bestest in the world, that real advice. That advice, that curling, chilling, bone-crushing advice that has to be said or else things will not move forward. And I said move forward. I didn't say move easy. I said move forward. There is a difference. You see, when you have to move forward, that means you got to move on no matter the circumstances. You can't always live in the past all the time. That's why you give that advice. Now, it's up to the individual whether or not they want to take the advice, but if they want to move forward, they have to at least listen. They have to listen. This real advice is something that keeps friendships either afloat or sink. Now, when you give this advice, make sure that you're the person who's listening right now, holding that surgical knife to make sure you reach through what you need to reach through and be the best surgeon you can be. Because I'm not telling you to be perfect. Your advice doesn't have to be with such warmth or such, what should I say, giddiness, if that's a word. It doesn't have to be harsh either. But you pick your poison, so to speak. You pick what will be best for that friendship. Because in order to move forward, you have to tell it. You have to surgically seek what's going on within that friend's body. Take out whatever's holding that friend back or stopping that friend from moving forward. Remove that and then tie it back up. Tie up that wound that you just created and let it heal. That could be your real friendship. Or you can have a friendship where you meet, you talk, you walk, you burn the house down, and then you leave because maybe things have not worked out. But you see, that's the thing. If things don't work out, what is going to happen with your real friendship? There's only but such few people you could really call your real friends. You have your acquaintances, you have your people you meet and you chat to on a daily, but they're just friends. And then you have your inner circle, what I'd like to call your real friends. Your friends that are there all the time, that you talk to at least on a daily basis or every 2 days, but you talk to them. Or maybe not every 2 days. Maybe you chat every month. I don't know. Maybe that's how your real friendship is. Because y'all both know that at any given moment, when there's something going on and you need them, they're right there. I could see that. But you have real friends, right? So, the real advice comes with a price. But are you willing to pay the price? Pay that fee. Pay it up so that either you or your friend is going to be able to move forward in the map of life. Are you able to pay it up? Do you have that moolah to pay it up? Do you have the skills to pay the bills and let your friend know the realest advice that's needed to keep pushing? Listen, I've had friends tell me some real advice already. Shoot. I've had professors tell me real advice. I mean, they were not my friends, the professors, but you could consider it such for that moment. Sometimes the real advice doesn't even come from your real friends. It comes from people you just met. People you don't talk to on a daily basis. People you don't chat to all the time. And then you go back to your real friends and you say, hey, someone told me this earlier. You think I should act on it? And you talk amongst yourselves and you say either yes or no. Or you just leave it up to chance and let it go. Well, I'll be your real friend for today. I'll be your real friend for today. And I'll let you know something. Since you're listening to me, I want you to know the realest advice that somebody could give you is something that is not comfortable, but it's something that you know you have to work on and be able to move forward in the life that you live. Because if you're not able to take that advice as a friend, as a real friend that you claim to be for all these years, then you're not ready to move within yourself. You're not ready to take that next step forward and actually do what is necessary to move on. And mind you, as I say, as your real friend for today, it's just advice. You do not have to listen to anything that I'm saying right now. And you could shut off this podcast and say goodbye and move on with your life. And you have all within your free will and right to do so. Because I'm just a talking voice that you're listening to. But it's always up to the individual at the end of the day. It's always up to the individual. Because there are choices in life. So many choices, so much time, or so little. As a real friend, I just have to let you know how much time you have left and what you could do with your time. As long as I tell you what's real, I think we could have a great friendship. But you gotta tell it like it is. From time to time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got our friends that support people no matter what happens. Even if they're wrong. Still support them because they want to show that they care. I get it. That's how you do things. That's how you feel as if this is a real friendship. As I always will say again, will it help them move forward in the map of life? That's the question that you have to answer in your head. Will they move forward in the map of life if you just support them no matter what happens? I leave that up to you, the listener. I leave that up to you, my real friend. Will it help you? Or will it hurt you? Up for you to decide. But guess what? I'm giving you that real advice. So, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. You know how many times I've been around my friends and I haven't really lied to them about certain things, and I was telling them the straight up truth. Some people might call it the harsh realities, the harsh truth, or the way you speak is just too harsh. So maybe I should tone it down a bit because as a real friend, I want to be able to handle your truth. Well, I'm not no Kevin Samuels or anything. But the difference is, you see, he's talking to a bunch of people that are not his friends. To the YouTube world. He's talking to random people. Maybe one might be his friend. Who knows? But you can probably tell that none of them are there for friendship. He ain't there for friendship. He's here to tell it like it is. So he can tell it as harsh as he wants to. The brutal truth. Me? I have to make sure my friends are understood and how I say certain things may be harsh. Or I may have to adjust a little bit, depending on who this person is. But I'm not here to take away the personality of my own way of doing things. Because if I take away my personality, now you're taking away the way I tell the message, how I show the message, convey the message. And maybe I might not feel as if I'm real enough to you. But that's a decision I have to make. Just like you have to make the same decision when you're talking to me. Some can dish it and can't take it. Some can dish it and take it. But this is what real friendship is all about, learning about each other's strengths and challenges. You got to learn about each other's strengths and challenges so that when you grow as individuals to each other, you know what to do when the time comes for that real conversation. There have been friendships I have lost, and I look back and I understand why. I have done some self-reflection, and I'm sure a lot of you have done some self-reflection for your real friendships, or used to be real friendships, and you've probably come to certain conclusions, or you're either in denial, or you haven't gotten to that conclusion as yet. If you're in one of those three categories, I hope things still work out in your head for you, so that you can move forward on this journey. Trust me, it's a journey. And it's not an easy one. If it's that easy, well, life will be roses and daisies. And love will prevail. It should, but we're in the real world, right? So, just know, I'm here for you, friend. I'm here for you, real friend. But I will not hesitate to give you the real advice that is necessary if you are really my real friend. And sometimes, even if you're not my real inner circle friend, I will still give you some advice if it's necessary, knowing your potential. So, do you want to understand what a real friend is? Give them the real advice and see what happens.